what did you bring over here?
There's those two Guild guitars that Terry brought, but that's not ours.
John, we are live.
We're live. Wait, I probably ought to turn on my mic. What? Are we live right now? We are live now. You can hear me. Hey guys, it's John here at the Acoustic Shop for New Guitar Thursday, because it's Thursday and we got new guitars. Look at what I did, like new used car salesman style right there. You guys are grossed out by it. That's fine. Today we got mic'd up. Trent is here, mic'd up. Say hi, Trent. Hey, hi, there you go. And as well as Janelle. Janelle is going to be monitoring all the comments and is also mic'd up. So tell us where you guys are watching from, what you're checking out, what you guys want to know. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything that you specifically like to see, that's what we're all here for. So first, love to know where you're watching from. There's always some really interesting places, isn't there, Janelle? There's like always some place cool.
Yeah, I think last time we had some in Canada, some in Australia.
Yeah. That's right. I mean, they look at their guitars backwards in Australia. When they're watching their toilets, it spins backwards. I can't remember which way ours. I don't pay attention to toilets enough to remember what direction they spin. Do you, Trent? By the way, Trent learned a very valuable lesson today. Do not leave your microphone on when you go to the bathroom, because the person monitoring audio will have to hear it. So there's a little tip for you guys out there. If you're starting your own YouTube channel, turn off your mic when you go to the bathroom. Isn't that right, Janelle?
I can confirm.
Oh, goodness. Now I'm going to cough like crazy. All right, so a bunch of cool stuff that came in. I'm going to cover some of the stuff that has been here. This is one I want to talk about because we got it back in, and I know I talked about it a little bit on Tuesday, but this is a J43, except this is in the aged finish, heavily aged finish. And we just sold one of these to Mike White. Fantastic guitar. He played it, brought it in last night, but we got another one in, and you'll see all the wear patterns. And this is something we're going to start seeing more from Atkin. They do a really good job. There's not a whole lot of brands that are doing this stuff. I know Pre-War is one, and I'd love to carry those too. So if you're out there watching and you're a big Pre-War fan, tell those guys to get some guitars in the shop, because I'd love to talk about those as well. But this is another alternative that is quite a bit more affordable than a lot of them. So this is the Atkin J43 heavily aged. Yes, Janelle, what do you got while I get ready to pick this?
We have a question. What is your opinion on using stream lubricant and or cleaner?
All right, string lubricant and or cleaner. I used to use, and my favorite one still to this day is the GHS Fast Fret. Great product, very, very good. There is the String Ease was a big popular one. Everybody did the aerosol can. There's a really good one now by Music Nomad. All right, I get all those. Here's my problem with those. They were a big contributing factor to killing strings. So, because they put all that extra gunk that gets in between all the windings. So for all the good they would do, to me it was negated by the fact that they didn't last as long, and it would kind of, kind of dull out a new string. So there's my opinion on it. I don't use them anymore. I did when I was younger, but I just kind of go with it and just learn to get comfortable making my side. When you build up heavy calluses, by the way, and they get dry, you kind of almost have a pad that just kind of slides a whole lot easier and won't stick as easy. So there's an opinion, I guess. I hope you like that. Listen to this thing. Guitar has some wear, some scratches, all the stuff, and that's all brand new. It's a dulled finish that has been finish checked and the whole thing, and has the wear, but sounds fantastic. And this guitar falls in at $53.99 and is available right now. I don't know if it's made the website or not yet. It probably has, but if not, give us a call, 417-720-1223. We got anything else, Janelle?
We have Mike White saying, yes, it's a great guitar and my wife still hates you.
That's all right. She can join the entire list of guitar players' wives that hate me because why is that though? That's not fair that they hate me because I show their husband a guitar. I think the onus needs to be on them to control their husband's buying purchases, not mine. I may be wrong about this. I don't know. I don't know. Mike, send her my way. I'm a pretty nice guy. We'll reason this out. And we won't stop you from buying any more guitars because that's not my job. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, what else came in that was really cool? We talked about, this one right here. This is a really cool guitar. Bedell brought this one up. Somebody's going to end up with a great value on this. This is a Bedell Bahia, Adirondack spruce top, and Brazilian rosewood sides and back. I'm going to flip it around for you here, Trent. Gorgeous. Now here's what the situation with this. Just at the NAMM show in April, they introduced the new spec Bahia, and it's got some changes. This is still gorgeous, but it's got some changes to the binding and some other color changes. They did the real dark vintage toner on it and some other things similar to that. But they did this one at the lower specs, so they brought it in at a 2-year-old price point. So this guitar has full-on papered Brazilian rosewood Adirondack spruce top and an OM body shape orchestra model at $59.99, so under $6,000. So sounds gorgeous, looks great. I love this amount of sapwood and Brazilian rosewood that's going on here. Again, $59.99 for a Brazilian rosewood sides and back Adirondack spruce top. Fantastic guitar.
I have a question.
Go for it.
I see you guys are carrying one of the Lore mandolins. What's your take on that one?
Lore mandolins. Oh, we have the LM. What model is that one that I have in here? We carry the Lore stuff off and on in here. I think they're good mandolins, and we do it mainly so people have a really good comparison. Some of the upper end Lores are a lot better than some of the others. This is an LM 700 VS Supreme. Supreme.
We started putting the grommets in them.
Yes, we did. We just started doing that. Trent saw it. We're now putting them in a fashionable diagonal design. We tried various different ones. I got together with Liz, and we tried different designs, or U shapes, and just flat across. We like this better. And we're going to claim, if you ask why this one, sonically it sounded better. There's absolutely no science behind that or any way to prove that, but we believe it sounds better. It's not true. So they're good mandolins. And it all depends on what you're comparing to. We definitely keep a bunch of the Lore stuff in. I tend to prefer the Eastman stuff at the same price points, but I know these have a very definite look and a different character. That's my opinion on it. And again, this is one of those I got customers are allowed to argue with me, but for me, if I get into this level here, right about the same price, the $515. You can tell we're getting a major weather change. So to me, it's a little bit bigger sounding instrument. Doesn't have the fancy sunburst and as much binding and those kind of deals, but I just find that the Eastman stuff around the same price tends to be a little bit more my favorite. So there you go. Any other questions in that realm?
Not really any questions.
Okay.
We do have someone who says, my wife plays banjo and guitar and still gets mad at me when I get a new instrument. She did say my new Eastman sounded amazing. Hey,
that was the other thing, by the way. Mike was talking about his wife being mad at me. Did you remind her that she bought a car the same day you got your guitar? I thought that was a pretty fair trade. I don't know. Am I wrong? Wouldn't you be happy if your significant other got a car that you got an instrument that same day, wouldn't that make you happy?
I mean, I'd be happy if they got me a car too.
All right, I guess there's a thing. Trent, what would you prefer, getting a new guitar or a new car? You got an expensive truck though. You would only take a expensive truck as your option.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it would, just to make it even, it would need to be, I'd need to, I don't know.
Boy, I don't know how this relationship is
need a
going to allow.
guitar.
If we're going to have things be even, you guys are in trouble. Hey, there's something that did not hit the website yet and just came in. A Gallagher guitar. This is the Josh Wrinkle signature. And you guys saw we did a video with Josh talking about this. These are some of the nicest sunbursts. We love this color a lot. The signature has that purfling that goes into the fretboard and headstock that we do on the Thompsons. Very, very similar to that kind of look. It does have an Adirondack spruce top, mahogany back and sides. I have not played this guitar, but I'm wondering if it's the same one that was at IBMA when they were there. Sounds fantastic. This is one of the new models, and I think this is one of the better sounding of the new Gallagher styles. Good job, David. If you're watching right now, the finish looks really, really good. This is a very, very nice guitar, so I'm glad we got this in.
You almost get the natural of the spruce
in the center
out to the different colors. Yeah,
yeah,
you
and
get,
this
you get
like
everything in that one.
dark brown outlined here. So yeah. He's even got the cool buffalo label in here. Well, here's a different stripe too. I've never seen that. You seen that center stripe in there? I've not seen a guitar with that same back stripe.
Huh. That's
So
cool.
there you go. All right, yes, Janelle.
Do you have any Boucher HG 56 in stock, and what is the price?
HG 56.
Yes.
So the 56 is the 00. We just sold an HG 56. Am I right on that, Corey? Are you there? Can you look and see? Was it an HG 56 we just sold on the Boucher? I want to say so. That's the Heritage Goose 00 or 000. Do not have one in. I think I've got another one on order, so it will be coming in, but the one we had just got was here and gone very, very quick. In fact, I think it might have even been sold before it arrived. We may have had that one done as a custom order, as it was already ordered, but I think we ended up selling that one. So there you go. That's the HG 56. Those are great guitars, by the way. We should have another one. If you are interested in that or reserving one, give us a call. We're doing a lot of stuff with Boucher. We just put a custom build in today for Boucher, and then I did one before that too. A lot of people have been asking about that new reserve that JP Cormier had, the all maple dread. And we did one of those as a custom order as well. So right now, Boucher's running about 3 to 4 months on their custom builds. So if that's something you're interested in, we can definitely get that in hopefully within the next 4 months. So yes, Janelle.
First off, we do have that one in stock. Hinckley put a link, and I put that up on the screen.
The HG?
Yes. Or, sorry, Boucher.
Yes, a Boucher HG.
We have 2 BG guitars, but no.
Yeah, we don't have
Okay.
an HG. She's wrong.
Hinckley's wrong. Okay. And then there is a question. Wasn't that one of your top picks at the Fretboard Summit?
The Boucher, what was my other top picks up there? Boucher was not there. The Collings had a brand new D2H that was fantastic. I liked the Thompson had one in there. We talked about this Josh Wrinkle guitar. That was a popular guitar with JP from the Fretboard Summit. There were no Bouchers because Boucher was not at the Fretboard Summit. So, but I still like it. And speaking of that, this is a fantastic guitar. Is it not here? Is it next door?
What is it?
It is the BG 152.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh no, it's next door. We were filming with it. There's a Grand Reserve BG 152 GM that is fantastic.
To your right.
Oh, sorry, to your left. To your left.
Do you see it?
Right over here.
Where? I know. Oh,
right there.
it's in here. Look at this. Here it is. Good job. I'm glad he brought this. It was brought back. I
forgot.
used this
Yeah, I
for
did bring it
filming
back
today. Here's the deal. Grand Reserve Madagascar, that is stunning. Now, Grand Reserve is the new stuff that they're calling, used to call it private stock. They got in some grief with old Paul Reed Smith about using private stock as I guess they trademarked that. But this is a BG 152 GM with gorgeous Madagascar rosewood. This is fantastic. Yes, go ahead.
Can a mandolin player buy just the grommets?
We will be getting those set up for that very soon. Yes, we will be able to do that. We just started putting them on, but we will have a package that mandolin players can use to do the grommets and make that happen.
And then one more.
I played this today for a video with Jeremy, and I told Trent, I said, this is a monster guitar. It is not the loudest guitar we've ever had, but this has all the right tones in the right places, the right amount of overtones. It's dry, yet has tons of sustain. Fantastic guitar. Yes, Janelle.
Recommendations in the 1,000 to 1,500 price point, new or used, with a slim neck and good for players with smaller hands.
I'm assuming we're talking about a guitar.
Yes.
In the, what was the under 15, 12 to 15?
1,000 to 15.
1,000 to 15. There's a lot of good options right now. Let's see, what do I have in the 1,000 to 15? I'm trying to think of what I love right now. In the 15, the E10 TC is one of my favorites, or even the standard E10D TC. That's a fantastic guitar. It depends on, are you looking for a dreadnought, looking for an OM? Let's see here. You're putting a 10. This is we had this one. This was a great guitar. Remember this? This is a lot like Corey's. Corey's got one here. It's got some of this figured mahogany back right here in a standard Adirondack spruce top.
That's a good sound.
Corey, you just got one too, right? Just like this?
Yep.
Pretty much. Was yours a TC or not?
No.
No?
Mine's just a standard.
So there you go. Now this, on the other hand, is really, really loud. So this one prices out at $13.49. All solid, like I said, Adirondack spruce top. Very nice figured mahogany back and sides, tortoiseshell binding, lifetime warranty, bone nut and saddle, and a hard shell case. All of that in that price point. So I guess that would probably be my recommendation in that price point, that guitar right there. So if you're talking about a dread. Now, if you're wanting to do a different body size, let me know on that, and I'll point you towards the guitar that I think would, that I would probably choose. So there you go. Let me grab a couple, some other things that just came in here while we're waiting on our next batch of comments. Is the Hind in there? All right, cool. See, they're helping me out a bunch here to tell me what's where. We just got in a Stephen Hind mandolin. I haven't actually looked at this yet. Jeremy's looked at it and played it. Just came in from Stephen Hind. Comes with a Hoffy case.
Nope.
This one comes in as a German spruce top, flame maple, soft V shape, 1.25" width. It does look radiused. So there you go. Those all come with the James tailpieces, and like I said, a Hoffy case comes included. It looks like these might be the Rubner tuners, or Maybe, oh, this has stainless steel frets as well. I'm looking through the specs on it as well. They're either the Waverleys or the Rubner tuners. I'm not sure. I'm not as smart on that stuff as I should be. Yes, Janelle.
What is the deposit that you need to start a custom order with Atkin? Look forward to ordering from you.
Yes, it depends. If it's a custom order, it's usually half down. In a lot of cases, we can beat out the time frame there. I have some build spots that have not filled yet, and I love talking about this stuff. We just got the one that just came in. That one obviously sold immediately. We shipped that one to Canada. In fact, I think he'll be getting his guitar tomorrow. But we love doing that. Just give us a call. You can talk to me, especially with the Thompson stuff. I can kind of get you walk through that one. I know that line pretty darn well. Usually it's a half down, unless you're doing something really weird. If you put your name in the fretboard or some really strange thing that you have to have for you and it would only work for you, I'm going to have to insist on paying it all in full at that point, because it'll be tough to sell a Carmichael guitar to somebody else. It's just one of those things. Isn't that right, Trent? Or if you put a mullet inlay in your guitar.
A Joe Diffie silhouette.
Trent's going to do that, right? Is that your next Thompson? You have a Thompson. Oh, yeah. Would you put a mullet in your next custom Thompson?
Oh, I don't know. Find a spruce top that has the flow in it.
There you go. Natural. Yes, Janelle.
Can you play some Jimmy Rogers on the Dust Bowl?
On the Dust Bowl? Sure. I can try to. This is a great guitar. By the way, the Dust Bowl came in. It is designed to be of that 1930s. This one's a 00, so it's of the 15 style. I can already tell. Well, my Jimmy Rogers is really loose right here, right now. But all mahogany construction. This is the first one of this series that we've got in. Has the age finish, so you'll see that crazing throughout it. Very, very light nitro. He just started doing these about, geez, I think it was about a year ago, I guess. The first Dust Bowls started to come out, and they're just all mahogany creations. It definitely has a. I know he's going for a 30s feel. I almost feel this is more like a mid to late 40s feel of the neck, especially since it seems to be an 1 11/16 at the nut. But it is a bulkier, more mid 40s than 30s style. Has a slight V to it, very, very slight V shape to it. So super cool guitar. I'll work on my Jimmy Rogers. I apologize already. Trent, did you have a better option for Jimmy Rogers?
Not really.
No? All right. All right. I tried my best. Sorry, Janelle. Hopefully that one works out.
I need to brush up on my Jimmy Rogers.
Everybody needs to brush up on their Jimmy Rogers. Since we're back in this room, let's cover this one. This just came in. This one was actually showed up for IBMA right before then. And this is a Panama Red, but customized. So Panama Red usually has the Panama Rosewood sides and back. And they voice this is one of Dana's favorite Rosewoods. It doesn't show as pretty as like the Madagascars and the Brazilian and all that kind of stuff, but loves the tone quality for this. This one has been changed over, custom to have the Banjo Killer bracing. I tend to find for the Dreadnoughts, I like that a lot. This guitar, I've noticed already that very distinct and very punchy mid-range, very detailed. All of a sudden I got the hiccups. I had a barbecue sandwich for lunch here. I will say with this one versus like I've got the large sound hole, there is a weird, strange I'm not going to say strange, it's an add-on that I like a lot on this over my guitar, which is in this I think mine has a little bit more low end presence, but that low mids right there, it's not muddy at all. It's very, very distinct, and I like it. So there's one, another really cool guitar. We just did a video on the 00 Coupe. They just came in, all Koa, fantastic guitar as well. And then we got in an Atkin D37 that just came in, a BG for Boucher BG 42 GM. I'm trying to look around here and see what else we got. Oh, the Country Boy Touchstones are back in stock, guys. I've got a Dreadnought in stock and I have an OM in stock, and those all sold out really, really fast last time around. In fact, I think we are the only store I know that has those available right now. So a Dreadnought is officially available, as well as the OM. And yeah, you can pick those up. Those are a great buy. I think they're right at $26.49, I think, or $26.99. So about $300 less than their vintage counterpart. And I'll tell you, here's another good deal for you out there right now. There's a Generation D in here that has a small nick on the top, and we're giving a pretty good little discount on that because it is very, very small. In fact, it'll be hard to see it, I know, with this camera shot right here. But that guitar sounds fantastic. I just played it the other day, and it's really great. Look at the top on that. It has a lot of cross feathering or medullary rings all the way through. Yeah, you found it. Don't point it out, Trent. Trent, don't do that. Trent. Just kidding. Cut that. No, it is a fantastic guitar. Honestly, I'm gonna play it because it was so good. I played it yesterday, and the customer has yet to buy it. We found this, and I was like, maybe I'll have to give a little discount on that. So again, give us a call if you're interested in it because it's a very small nick, but I also want to be fair. Yes, Janelle?
How much do the Touchstone guitars weigh?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. They're great guitars. That much I know. I honestly don't weigh my guitars all that much. I know they feel pretty close to what standard Bourgeois feel, but I don't know. Listen to that. That's got a ton of punch. This has been in here for a little while, so it's been played, but it sounds fantastic. And the idea of the Generation, they no longer make this. This was their most affordable guitar that they built. It had a Sitka spruce top. It was the age tone version. Indian rosewood sides and back, a little bit more plain. Doesn't have the volute on the back, so it's there. Uses the shallower grand tunes instead of Waverleys, but did come with a lyric pickup already pre-installed. In fact, these were one of those guitars that they only let dealers build one of them a year because they knew that this was going to be a popular seller, and they actually claimed they were losing money on these. So we've got it in here at $55.99. We can get you a good little discount on that, and just because there's a little bitty mark. It's so small. It's so very small. But an all-American made Bourgeois for, way under $6,000, I think is a really, really good deal and something you may want to check in. So give us a call, 417-720-1223, and we can set you up with that. So there you go.
Has the Eastman E1SS SB dropped?
What do you mean? E1SS. So run that by me again, that model number.
E1SS SB.
Yes. It's been out. Yes, we've had them. In fact,
We have one.
We have one in stock right now.
Yeah, I played it right before the stream.
We have one. It is here. So yeah, let's go see if we can find it, Trent.
Yep.
Trent, you said you played it just before the stream?
Yeah, I literally picked it up. It's over there, kind of towards the back.
All right, we're gonna rock through
Middle
here.
row.
Slide through this section.
Midway back.
Slide through this section.
Yes.
Here it is.
Past the special right there.
There it is, right there. The E1SS SB. These are great guitars. I like these a lot. The SB stands for Sunburst. E1SS slope shoulder. E1 all solid Sapele back sides. Has the open pore finish. was double checking the price. Yes, these are the same as the standard E1 guitars. All solid. Those are $579. Does come with a really, really nice gig bag. $579. That's a pretty good deal. Go ahead, Janelle.
We have a mandolin question.
All right, I'm ready for a mandolin
What's the
answer.
advantage of a radius fretboard versus a flat fretboard?
Okay, there's a couple different reasons for a radius fretboard. One, it follows the contour of the finger a little bit better as you move across the deal. Instead of pulling straight across your fingers to get switching strings, it is more comfortable to feel that radius in there. The other thing is if you're ever doing bendings, which on a mandolin is not going to be as much, but for guitars, the big reason why they use heavy radius is so that it doesn't fret out when you're doing big bends and that kind of stuff. Again, mandolin, not going to see that near as much, but almost every mandolin player that has a radius fretboard ends up liking it a little bit better. It's a little bit smoother. Jeremy, you're one of those people, right? Oh, we'll talk about that here in a minute, Corey. Radius people.
I love radius.
Asking, this is asked what is a big advantage of a radius fretboard on a mandolin? I already pointed out the comfort of play. I know for electric guitars, it'll also bend strings without fretting out, which is not a big deal for mandolins. But
The biggest thing I've noticed is you can, whatever one you get used to, like I played for years a flat fretboard, and I didn't really notice anything until I started playing a radius fretboard, and then when I switched to a flat, it just feels so awkward. But then again, when I switch back after being with it for a while, it just takes some adjusting to it. So that's why a lot of the vintage guys that have Lloyd Loars can play perfectly. I mean, Alan Bybee, he can play a billion notes on a flat fretboard. But I think if you really get used to them, I definitely prefer a radius fretboard. And Bale Fleck does too on the banjo.
And there you have it, straight from the horse's mouth. Jeremy, you're a horse.
Thank you.
Speaking of horses, tonight is Chiefs and Broncos. Boy, I got to tell you, I don't know if I told you this, Austin. Last time I went to a game, it was a Chiefs and Broncos game, and when they introduced the Broncos, they played.
Peyton Manning playing, guys.
No, it wasn't that. This was last year. When they introduced them, it had Russell Wilson, which you wish it was Peyton Manning, trust me. Anyway, they played the My Little Ponies theme as the team worked out onto the field. I thought that was so classy. Well, My Little Pony.
The somewhat racist chants of Indian.
Hey, we're not going to go down this road.
Team to be proud of, for sure.
Hey, all Swifties know the Chiefs rule. All Swifties know.
When are you guys going to go the way of Washington and clean up your...
Anyway, goodbye, Jer. Yes, Janelle, want to talk guitars now?
Yeah, let's
we'll
talk
get
about
back
guitars.
to football in a minute.
What's the most magical slash musical mahogany dread that you have in?
Magical / musical mahogany dread. Man, I got two that I'm thinking of right off the hat. I love the
42?
BG 42.
Yeah.
And I also love the Country Boy with the sinker mahogany. Those are probably my two favorite mahogany dreads. I take three, and for three different reasons. Let's do this. Vintage sound. If I want the biggest sounding vintage mahogany guitar, it's the Atkin Essential Dread. And I'll play them so you can hear the difference. Thunderous, big, monstrous guitar. That's the Atkin. Then we go to the 42, which to me is a more modern sound, a little more balanced. This is the 42 GM. This was also built for IBMA as well. So it keeps a lot of that low-end presence, yet has some more stuff, like a very satin feeling neck, a little bit more friendly in a small profile. So I say a modern type feel. And then the last one that I like a lot, and I'm hoping the strings are still fresh on this because this is a great guitar. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Got it. This was built for the Carolina guitar camp that Brian Sutton puts on. This guitar right here is a Country Boy HS AT Adirondack spruce top sinker, mahogany back and sides,
That one's
And-
private stock too, right?
Yeah, this is private stock. This came out of, because they're running out of sinker mahogany everywhere, and Dana had a few sets that he kind of held back for a few guitars, and this was one of them for that. A more refined, detailed sound. There you go. Those are my 3 probably most magical mahogany guitars in the shop right now. Go ahead, Janelle.
We have a couple questions. Do you want the guitar one or the banjo one first?
Yes.
Okay, we'll start with banjo. What is the best gold star banjo in your opinion?
The best gold star banjo? We haven't had any gold star. The one I liked that when we were carrying it, and I'm going to be full transparent in here. We had these banjos in here, and I thought they were great. We shipped the last batch of them. We got 3 of them in, and they all came in pretty rough, so we shipped them all back, and I haven't had any since then. It was just due to, and they may have got this fixed by then, but I loved, they had a J.D. Crowe reissue that was the Bluegrass Album Band reissue of that RB75. There's their really cool banjo. We sold quite a few of those. I like those a lot. But to be honest with you, that's why we don't have them in stock right now, is because we just had too many QC issues, and when they straighten those out, I'd love to carry them again because I thought they were a really, really good banjo. That's what you get. You guys ask me these questions, and I'm going to be pretty brutally honest, I guess. And I hope that you guys don't get upset with that, but that's the reason why we don't have those in stock right now. But I did think that was a great banjo.
Okay, we actually are getting quite a few questions.
Yay!
But the next one,
Keep them coming.
what does it mean to be built for IBMA? Extra special woods or appointments?
Okay, anytime any manufacturer has a big event where they're going to show their guitars. And for us this year, what's most recent was we had the International Bluegrass Music Association's convention. They had a big expo deal. We built a monstrous booth. Our booth was the biggest. We took probably a third of the overall expo hall. It was a 20 by 80 foot booth, filled with instruments, a stage, all kinds of stuff. Really gorgeous. But we had these companies that we work with say, hey, come with us, come join us. And in Boucher's option, or Boucher's case, we had them actually, Robin and Guillaume flew down to work inside the booth, talked about it, so did Bedell. And when they're doing that, they're showing this to their key audience. So just like NAMM guitars built for NAMM, IBMA, they're going to take, just out of natural happenstance, they're going to deliberately choose the best looking woods, the better sounding guitars that they have, the best pieces, because they're trying to show their brand in the best light possible. So when we had Boucher build us 3 guitars, they built us a BG 152, which is their ultimate kind of rosewood guitar with the Madagascar rosewood, and a GM, which is the gold pack and the master pack all in one, which we do. That was the guitar I played. The 42, which is their mahogany version of that. We just had that just now, again in a GM. So it has a lot of the features that audience would absolutely love. And then we had a 52, which is an Indian rosewood variation of that same guitar. All 3 of those were built. They used their best woods, especially when it came to the 152 and that Grand Reserve, and did that. Now that was just one instance. Bedell brought us some amazing guitars as well. We got to see our first Acoustic Shop exclusive Coffee House, a 1964 Dread. We saw, what else? Oh, this absolutely gorgeous Brazilian rosewood Parlor. And even Atkin sent us some of their best guitars for that show, and then of course we sold them, all of them, before they got. Thompson did the same thing. So that's why we bring that up and say it's built for IBMA. Big convention, those guys are going to put their best stuff into those guitars just because they want to show it off in the best light. You know, if you're going to be sitting in a room with some of the best guitar builders in the entire world hitting a key demographic, you want yours to stand out, so they're going to pull all the stops on those. So. Was that long-winded enough for you, Janelle?
I think that was pretty good.
All right, what's next on the docket?
Next we have, if you struggle with playing a 25-inch scale and usually do 24.75 or 24 and 6/8,
Sure.
do you think you could do the Atkin guitar like the J43?
The J43 is a short scale guitar, so it should put you in, the J43 should put you in that 24.75 range. So yeah, absolutely. It's designed to be of the Gibson variety and give you a short scale. So there's no reason why you shouldn't. If you're comfortable with that, that's what that guitar is designed to be. Unless I messed up my scale, and if you guys are finding that that's wrong online, I'm going off of what I remember the scale length to be, and I'm pretty sure it is a 24.75. Nexties.
What reason can I give my wife to justify buying the Atkin that you just played?
Just say, I deserve it, I love you, honey, and I will do the dishes for the next 9 months. That always works, and if you have kids, tell her that you will give her a night alone with, and that includes you. This is another suggestion. None of these things, by the way, have I done for my wife, so you can take this however you want. But I've been told by her many a time that she would be very happy if I would take all the kids and leave her a whole evening just by herself and do the dishes every once in a while. Again, I don't have time for that.
Better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Then there's that.
But then again,
this is definitely a young guy who is not married. It's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
is that why I'm still single?
Yeah, that could be why you're still single, Trent. I'm sorry, buddy. I always love it when we get the new staff on here. Janelle, how many times, you've been here, what now, 4 months, 5 months? 6 months?
April? Somewhere around there.
Yeah, April. Okay, so 6 months-ish. How many times have you had to hear the answered question of, don't tell my wife, or I hope my wife never finds out, or what do I tell my wife to... You've heard this a lot, right?
Yeah, a few.
When you came here, did you expect you would hear this as much as you did?
You know, I really didn't know what I was getting into.
Or you wouldn't have come here. I'll tell you a quick story. This is absolutely the truth, and I've told it before. I had a customer that used to buy stuff in here quite often, and he used a credit card. And then one day I get a call from his wife saying, hey, quit selling such and such any more instruments. And I'm like, okay, what are you talking about? I found the bill for his credit card that he has been buying this stuff. Please stop selling him things. I told her she was talking to the wrong person, but again... However you want to deal with it. There are a lot of people, I'm not kidding you, that will have hidden credit cards that they don't. I don't recommend that, guys. Guys, don't do that. You're going to get in trouble someday. You're going to get in trouble. Marriage advice from John. You like that?
We do have a good point, though. Doing dishes, wouldn't that wreck your calluses?
See, that was a thing that I used to use when I was a kid. I used that exactly like my dad. We didn't have a dishwasher, so we had to do it by hand. And my excuse all the time, and it worked for a while, was, Dad, I can't. I got to play. Calluses, you know. My mom didn't care. She didn't care at all. So, sorry. It works, but it doesn't work. It depends. How much do they love you? How important is your guitar playing to that significant other? Nexties. Anything else in our big line of questions?
I think that was it for questions.
Woo! Keep them coming, guys. That's a whole bunch of fun. I know we're starting to run low on time here. I did get in new Deering banjos. The Deering Goodtime 6 strings are here. I've got those in the box just here. They haven't hit the website yet, so if you're looking for one of those, I do have one of those. The new Deco Goodtime 2s are in stock again, which is great. I don't know if we ever told you guys this, but Barbie is playing a Goodtime. No, I think it was an Artisan. I lied to you. It's not a Goodtime 2. It's an Artisan.
I'm not sure which one it is, but we have brought up the Barbie thing on a few occasions.
Yeah, okay. So that's me name dropping right there. Anytime you get Barbie to play banjo, I think it should be brought up every day. But we did. We sent one. Margot Robbie is learning how to play banjo. So we're pretty excited about that. I can't wait to hear what it sounds like. I've been told that it is going to be played in a movie or that there was a banjo reference in the Barbie movie. Is this true?
I don't remember a banjo being referenced in the movie, but I have heard that she did have it on her New Year's resolution.
Yes, I knew that.
To play a banjo.
Somebody told me that there was I haven't seen the movie, but somebody told me there was some sort of reference to banjo in there, or a joke, or I don't know, it was something, and then it became a real thing right afterwards. So there you go. All right. Any other things you can think of, Trent, that I missed? Oh, we do have some Elliott Capos in stock for right now. We've been blowing through those like crazy, so check the website for those. Cases have been coming in and going. We have an Eastman shipment. I have 2 super special things. They've been shipped and is on their way. AC 330Es are on their way here. So that's the 12 string. But here's where it gets really cool. There is a very small batch of less than 5 of them to make their way into the US of an AC 330 in a Sunburst. I have 2 of them on their way. So that is very limited. That is not something they're going to continue to build until they do, of course. And then that will be another thing. But 2 of those also have something really interesting too that will be very, very limited. And I cornered, I think, 4 of these, small number of these. It's an E20OOSS with a natural top, TC. So it's a thermo-cured top, natural, no sunburst on that. And from what I've been told, they look gorgeous. So if you're interested in either one of those guitars, give us a call at the shop. Again, 417-720-1223. Talk to Tyler, Austin, Corey, even me, Liz, whoever, and you can put your name down for any of those guitars and get those reserved for yourself. By the way, that's the same thing with the Gibson Mandolins. We are sold out of all the Gibson Mandolins. We have more coming. I hope to see them very soon, but the new F5G is sold out, and we've actually taken 1 reservation for one of them. If you want to get one and get a great one that will be set up and we will go through. We'll put the new grommets on, the whole thing. Those are available. Give us a call. We can reserve that, including we got 1 more of the it's the 1923. What's it called? Grand
Historic collection?
No, anyway, it's the Master model. That's what I was looking for. Master model. We have one of those also supposed to be on its way any day right now. So, all right, what do you got for another question for me, Janelle?
We have a hypothetical. In your opinion, is it better to have 4 E10Ds or 1 BG42 GM?
Did you say 4 of the same
4.
guitar? I think that's kind of a little silly.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, I would say that one. 4 of the same guitar is kind of a little bit silly. I would at least spread that out. Now, if you were to argue me 4 E-series guitars and you spread that out, might be smarter to do that. It depends. Again, if you're looking for that one guitar that does, I love the Eastman E-series. I think they're fantastic. But that said, there is some magic that happens in a BG42 that you can't get at that level of guitar. They're little things. They're just these subtle differences. But if you're just building a collection and wanting to hear a lot of different tones, 4 E-series guitars is really, really smart. But if you're looking for that ultimate sound, that's where that guitar will kind of step up and be a little bit better. How you doing? Sorry, I'm waving at people doing stuff here. So hopefully that answers your question. If you got any more questions on that, again, let us know. And by the way, if you guys see this on the later broadcast and you're afraid to comment, do it, because Janelle's watching the comments, Hinckley is watching the comments, Trent's even watching the comments. He doesn't ever answer unless they're about him. He will always answer a question if it's about him. By the way, Trent, your new album, The Right CD, correct? You got the right CD?
Yes, it's finally out. The right
For those
CD.
of you guys who don't know, Trent got his first batch of his new CD, and somebody else's music was inside there. Mm-hmm. It was not his. From what I heard, it was some pretty heavy metal rock stuff.
Some heavy rock band has Highway to Me on their CD, so we'll see. But yeah, a little mix-up.
So now we got the right one. So if you haven't checked that out, check out Trent Pruitt's music. It's really, really, really good, especially if you like new modern country. So, any other questions before we get out of here, Janelle?
in the store.
What did he say?
Tell them they want the CDs in the store.
Yeah, tell everybody. Get them out of here. We can put them here. You should have put them here.
All right.
Why didn't you do that already? Trent's CDs will be available here at the store. Why are we having this conversation now?
Well, let's do it.
Okay, get them in here. We could have got that done a long time ago. You can get Trent's CDs here at the shop.
I don't think we have any more questions, but
Okay.
Alex A. does say Gibson video yesterday was excellent. So
Very good stuff. And they've got a new one on the F5G, just came out today. Seriously, guys, those are fantastic mandolins. Get your reservations in. They're having, we're already backed up quite a bit, and I know we've got some more coming. Grab them while you can, because they will run out. I promise you, they will.
I lied. We do have a question now.
All right, I'm ready for it.
What's the difference between your Gibson 100th anniversary lure and the 1923 and the Master 1923?
Okay, and a real 1923, there's 3 mandolins. I get the 2. Run that by me one more time.
Difference between That
This one,
and
the new master
the
model,
master model.
and then the third mandolin was.
I think that's the only two.
Okay, if it's only the two, all right. Here's the big difference. Same exact build of the mandolin because they are the same. This is a July 9 copy of a July 9, 1923 master model. But this is the story of the 100th of Bill Monroe's 1923 Lloyd Loar mandolin. The new master model, as if that mandolin was brand new and had never been touched. Now, if you follow the story, and again, there's a great documentary that the guys and gals here at the shop did. It's on our YouTube page. Watch it. It is very good, where it'll discuss all the things that happened to Bill Monroe's mandolin. And that's what this is, a recreation of that. Has all the wear and tear that he did, scraping of the finish, the look, the sound, all the things that that mandolin went through, and the exact look of the way his mandolin sits today in the Hall of Fame in Nashville, Tennessee. That's why it's called the Hall of Fame version of that mandolin. Hopefully that clears that up.
Any more Elliott Elites coming in?
I think we have a bunch of them. If we don't have the one you're looking for, give us a call. We can either get it radius, and I have another batch coming in, I want to say in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So if we don't have the one you're looking for, call us, because there's a chance that I can, one, we've done this quite often, they will re-radius the one that we have in stock to make it fit what you're needing to do, and that will be free of charge one time. Or we'll let you know when that next one's coming through. I do know that there is another batch that I was informed will be coming sometime soon.
I guess I missed one earlier. Can you play the Gospel Song Family Bible? Do you know that one?
There's a family Bible table.
Let's see. I think that's the one, right?
Yeah,
Is that the right one? There you go. That was close enough right there. I'm trying to do this off the top of my head. I remember that song. But yeah, hopefully that helped you a little bit. We'll see.
We're actually getting quite a few questions now.
All right, bring them on. I got
All right,
nothing
we
better
have
to
one
do.
for Trent.
All right, Trent.
How close do you consider the Boucher BG42 GM Thompson Addy Hog and the FG9M in awesomeness?
Boy, there was a lot there.
There were a lot of words.
Boucher,
Did I say them all right?
Versus
Thompson,
FG9. Oh,
and the FG9.
oh.
There was a Thompson in there.
Yes.
D. Mad Addy, correct?
Yes. Correct.
So Boucher, Trent, your opinion. The Boucher, I'm assuming the 152. And
BG42.
the
so mahogany,
BG42,
okay.
the mahogany, versus a D. Mad Addy from Thompson. And then the third one was the FG9. Again, we need to know mahogany or rosewood. I mean, we've already
Yeah,
bounced
there we go.
around a little bit here.
So that would be Madagascar rosewood. So each unique in their own way, I would say. Being biased to Thompson.
He's got a Thompson.
I don't know. There's something special to those that particularly I like and feel wise and everything like that. And really, Madagascar has its own magic, and especially with those D Mad Addies that we've gotten in.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, Boucher has that more modern thing, and then Thompson has the vintage thing. And FG9, I don't recall too much. I just haven't played one in a while, so I don't know particularly what those maybe excel.
If I
They're
was going
great,
to give
but,
a frame of reference
yeah,
to all
you might
three
have
of
a
those
better-
guitars, here's my opinion. I think Trent's dead on, but to help you maybe to kind of catch a little bit of that. The 42 is a more modern-y sounding mahogany style guitar. It has some vintage feel with a little bit of a mahogany or a modern flair. That's what I think. The Thompsons tend to lean on a more vintage sound as if they were like a new vintage guitar, which we both tend to like a whole lot. The FG9, if I was to say where that one lands and compare it to something that, I'm just trying to come up with a reference that most people kind of go, I would say that one is more comparable to a calling sound, which is very modern sound, except with a warmth there. It's like they dialed back that Collings modern brightness and sustain and dialed it back a little bit more towards the Martin sound. And that's where I think those three guitars, if I was to give you things to compare them to and give you a frame of reference, do you agree with that, Trent?
Yeah, I hope we get more FG9s to really sit down
We
and
are
do a
supposed to
comparison.
see our FG9s any day. We got content coming out next week. Tim, if you're watching out there, that's our rep. He has not been answering my phone calls. I need you to answer so I know when those are coming in and get some more guitars on order.
We
Yamaha,
are excited.
we want to get these guitars in here. We're ready for them. I've got 6 of them on order, and I'm dying to get them in here so we can start selling them and comparing them to all these other ones. They're great. All of our demos sound great. I played 2 different ones of each of those models, and both of them have been fantastic. But I want to see them in here. So, Tim, if you're watching, get a hold of us. If you know somebody at Yamaha that needs to kind of talk to us, hey, let me know, because I want to get those. I've got them on order, but talk to me. Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. All right. I'm done complaining.
Well, it's back to you now, so you get to go a little bit more.
All right.
What are your thoughts on Martin's and D28 Authentic 1937 aged? I have one on order coming in January.
Fantastic guitars. Absolutely fantastic. We had one in here of the old Madagascar variation. They're now done in Guatemala and Rosewood, which is also very, very nice. I love that. Of all the Martin guitars right now, if I were to order one, it would be a D28 Authentic VTS. That's the one I want. I want the and aged. I want to go ahead and have it aged. I think they're doing a pretty good job of lightly aging those. The VTS, I would do the whole thing. I think that's a fantastic guitar. And again, that's what I would order. It's up to you.
Okay. I have the Eastman AC 722 CE. I swear
Great
they're just
guitar.
doing this to get me tongue-tied. And I don't like this sound plugged in. Can the system be replaced with the one that sounds more natural?
Do you have a newer AC 722 or is it an older one? The older ones, I believe, had a Fishman pickup in it. They've been upgraded now to the the LR Bags Element VTC. Here's the good news. Everything that Eastman has put in their guitars, as well as most of these better high-end guitars, have a factory built-in pickup, but are easily changed over. They're using the internal preamp sets that are easily removed. Don't have to have any major things, no holes in the guitar. Excuse me. So easily done. If you like a different sounding pickup, I mean, the VTC is a great sounding pickup, but I would probably prefer an Anthem. For me personally, I would prefer a K&K. I like that sound even more natural for me. So whatever pickup you're wanting to, easily removed, easily redone without having major modifications, and that is a major advantage of those guitars because they didn't cut any holes, put any knobs or anything in the sides of the guitar, and makes it a whole lot easier to make that changeover. Do you have any questions continuing, Janelle, or we need to let these people go?
Yeah, I think we probably should start wrapping it up.
Sounds like a plan. I got nothing better to do. But,
sorry, we got ideal affordable pickup and why.
Ideal affordable pickup and why.
Mini?
Huh?
Mini?
The Mini? The Pure Mini is affordable, is fantastic. K&K Pure Mini is $109, very easily installed. A lot of people can do it on their own. It's a fairly inexpensive install from us here. We install a ton of them. No battery to worry about, still very hot. The most natural sounding pickup, in my opinion, especially on a standard piezo style pickup. I love the K&K Pure Mini. Grab it. Go.
We do have an answer on that last one. It's 6 months old.
6 months old. So you do have the VTC. Your next move. It's all going to depend on what you like in a pickup. The reason why we rarely order any guitars, especially in the higher end guitars, unless they factory come with it just standard like that 722 does, is everybody's opinion on pickups is different. Their needs are different. What I tell everybody is Fishman makes 5 major different styles of pickups. And then they do variants in between each one of those. There's a reason behind that. Each one of those styles of pickups, magnetic, under the saddle, microphone, any of those different ones have something that they do really well and something that they do not very well. And so it's now finding out what you like. I like the K&Ks because they sound more natural, are very affordable, but they are also a little more susceptible than an under the saddle pickup for feedback because it's going to use that top as its main diaphragm for audio. You have a K&K in most all yours, correct, Trent?
Every one of them.
Every
yes.
one of them. So you have the Trinity, it has the mic one. I know you're using that in your Thompson.
Yes.
I know in your Eastman you had the
Ultra Pure.
Ultra Pure.
Love that one too.
All of those are fantastic pickups, but you would probably agree if you're playing a huge stage, they
Yeah.
get a little bit testy.
They do, yeah.
But they sound great in most stages. There you go.
Yeah.
So there's why.
We have another one for Trent, if you want to answer it.
Sure.
Where should a mullet hit on the collar?
Hit on the collar.
It
Okay. So that's
depends
actually
on how long you've been growing it, because when it was 7 months ago, his length was perfect, and now that he's grown it longer,
It does get a little annoying when it hits the collar, especially in wintertime when you're wearing coats with hoodies and if it's a very fluffy hoodie, it tends to kind of frizz it out a little bit, where it just kind of gets caught in there sometimes, or if it gets caught in the collar, it can pull out on it a little bit. Not terrible, but
All right.
it's just like a piggy thing.
here's the more important question. Trent,
Yes.
have you got to the point now where it's got hot enough in the winter, or in the summer, where you've decided to go ahead and ponytail it and get it off your neck? Because I know every
Well,
girl I know will tell me.
I do
Not
have
that
them
I just
thinned out.
referenced every girl I know.
I do have them
by the
thinned
way.
out every once in a while. That helps a ton, but it does get pretty hot under there. The other
Just to warn
thing-
you, when I had my long hair, if you wear a scarf, it will knot up in the back.
It will not up? Okay.
Just a warning.
Okay, Trent, no scarves, okay? I know you've been dying to wear a scarf. Don't do it.
The
Have we
other-
covered most of it here, Janelle? Have we had a good time?
Yeah, I think we've had a good
All
time
right,
today.
good deal. I've had a good time. I hope you guys have. Seriously, if you have any other questions, this is what we're here for. I know we're messing around a lot on these live broadcasts. I love having this interaction with Trent. I love that we now have every single episode since Trent has had a microphone means that we are going to have mullet questions. And I think that is fantastic as well. Good for us. We will be back next week. There's going to be more content coming out this weekend. Is it next week or this week that we'll have podcast? Podcast is next week, right?
I've
It
lost.
might be this week.
I think it's next week.
Okay.
Did we have one this past week?
I don't remember.
I'd have to check.
I didn't listen to it. If it was there, I didn't hear it. Anyway, if you haven't checked that out yet, the Acoustic Shop knows people. Check out the podcast. It is a whole bunch of fun. I had a new one today I was going to have, which is guitar reps. Get to work again, guys. See if that goes over well. Nobody will care about that. But no, there's all kinds of really fun ones. We did one with Tim O'Brien. We've done Kristen Benson. We've done quite a few different fun ones. So check
Podcast
those
is
out.
this week.
It is this week. All right. See? Do we know who's going to be, or is it going to be a top secret? We're not going to talk. I think it's Wayne Benson. I heard editing of that one. So there you go. Get ready for Wayne Benson this weekend. That'll be a whole bunch of fun. It was a good podcast. I remember doing that one. It was a good time. So yeah. And then Monday we'll be back with more and more stuff. And some of this will be gone. Again, if you have not had a chance to check out the Gibson videos, check out the two new mandolins. And seriously, if you're wanting to get one, put them on order. We sold all of them in a day. Every last one of them. We had, I think, 7, all gone. Out of here, sayonara, and we're waiting on the next batch. So I think we've already got one of them on pre-order. So get in line so that you can get one as well. And there you go. Thank you all for being with us. It's New Guitar Thursday. John, Trent, and Janelle. No longer Hinckley is allowed to be in these podcasts. I've had better time with you guys. I don't mean that. I still like you, Hinckley. But yes, I've had a better time with these two. All right, we'll see you guys next